Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Jazz Texas. Happy Friday night, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. My name is Doc Watkins, and we've got a great show ahead for you for the next hour, so thank you so much for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind commenting and telling us you're here, telling us where you're from, and also share with your friends and get them watching too. We're going to be playing your requests from the last few days over the next hour, so thank you so much for sending in all those special requests. It means so much to hear from you and to hear how you're doing, and also to know what songs you want to hear. So the next set of music is all special requests from you. So thank you so much. It's a delight to play for you and bring some music into your home. So thanks so much for tuning in. We've got people tuning in from, we've been hearing from people from all over the United States and from Texas and all over the world. The far reaches of the planet on the other side of the world, people have been tuning in. And I even heard before the show just started that Elon Musk would be tuning in this evening from an exploration of the farthest and remote reaches of his own personal mind. And so thank you, Elon, for joining us tonight, and congratulations on your new baby daughter. And we're so happy that she was born. And I've heard that her name is pronounced so welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. We've got a great set of music ahead for you, and we have several anniversaries tonight, actually. So we're going to be celebrating some anniversaries, and we've got some special music for you. A special shout-out and happy anniversary to Pete and Kathy, and to Rachel and Jamin, and to Jeremy and Amanda. We hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight, and thanks so much for tuning in, and happy anniversary. Not going to be a whole lot of social distancing tonight. Ain't that right, ladies and gentlemen? And finally, we're going to be trying something new. About halfway through the show, we're going to try a new segment here at Jazz Texas entitled Jazz Musicians of the Animal Kingdom, featuring Nolan Watkins and Jack Watkins and Spencer, the Russian tortoise. So stick around for that. That's coming up in just a little bit. But we're going to kick the show off tonight with a special request. This next one goes out to Whitney and Ross, very good friends of ours and longtime friends of Jazz Texas, and even long before Jazz Texas, and we'd like to do this for y'all. Tonight's Friday night, and it's normally New Orleans night here at Jazz Texas, and so it is New Orleans night still, and we're going to do this for y'all. This is Sweet Georgia Brown. All right. That's Sweet Georgia Brown. This is an old New Orleans tune we've been playing for a long time. Thanks so much to Whitney and Ross Ormond from San Antonio, Texas, for requesting the tune and for tuning in tonight. Welcome, everybody. My name is Doc, and we're down here at Jazz Texas playing special requests for you now. And this next tune is by the great Duke Ellington, one of the great band leaders and piano players and composers of the 20th century. It's a wonderful tune called Don't Get Around Much Anymore. And this one goes out to Veronica and also to Ann. And Veronica and Ann, thank you so much for the request. Thanks for phoning in, and we hope you all enjoy this next one. Here goes. Don't Get Around Much Anymore by Duke Ellington. Thank you very much, Veronica and Ann. Thanks so much for the request. This next selection is beautiful bossa nova. I think in the last, this is our 5th live stream here from Jazz Texas, and I've yet to play bossa nova. And so this is a genre that is one of the greatest musical contributions to jazz music that's ever been made by the country of Brazil, and Antonio Carlos Jobim in particular, but many, many others have written bossa nova tunes that are just absolutely beautiful, and it's one of my favorite styles of music, and hope you enjoyed this one. This is Antonio Carlos Jobim, Corcovado, and this one goes out to Sandra. Sandra or Sandra, Chandra in many dialects. Not sure which is appropriate at this time, but Sandra, you look terrific. I love you, and will you marry me? Here goes. That's Corcovado by special request to Sandra or Sandra or Chandra. If you could go ahead and clarify in the comment section the phonetic pronunciation using the tools on your international keyboard if possible, that'd be terrific and be just swell, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Once again, Corcovado. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This next one, we had a lot of special requests for this next, too many to count, actually, on this next tune. This is a tune called the Frim Fram Sauce, which we've been playing here at Jazz Texas for many years, and, well, at least 3.5 years, which is all the years that we've been open. So many and several and three tend to be synonymous oftentimes, depending on which professionals you consult. But this is a tune called the Frim Fram Sauce, which actually is a song that we created a dish around in our kitchen. And it was, we actually won an award for this dish back in 2018, I think. And it was an award for the best, I think it was the best dish. In one of the local magazines, and I can't remember which, but the song comes from the repertoire of Nat King Cole back in the 1940s. This song tells a story of a person who is just dying to sit down and have a drink of water in the shade and have some nice service and have access to, you know, public restrooms and everything, and he doesn't have any money to spend. He can't afford to order something off the menu as he walks by this restaurant, and so he decides to kind of play a trick on his server. He walks into the restaurant and he has a seat and he acts like, you know, he's going to be a big spender and everything, and he excuses himself to the restroom, and they get him some water and everything, and he says, yeah, you know, I'll take the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay and Shafafa on the side. And the waitress looks at him and he says, sir, I don't understand what you're talking about. And he says, oh, you know, the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay and Shafafa on the side. And while the waitress goes to the kitchen to try and sort it out with the chef what this guy's actually trying to order, the guy's just able to enjoy a leisurely glass of water and then be on his way without having to pay the bill. And I think it's a terrific song. It's a creative song, and it's kind of clever and cute, and we've been playing it for a long time, and we'd like to do it for you now. So here goes. I'm going to need the microphone, actually. There we go. All right. Hey, it's Amateur Hour here with Doc Watkins, and Friday night, New Orleans night at Jazz Texas. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Here goes. I don't want French fried potatoes or red ripe tomatoes. I'm never satisfied. Give me the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay with Shafafa on the side. I don't want pork chops and bacon, that won't awaken my appetite inside. Give me the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay with Shafafa on the side. Well, you know that a fella, he's really got to eat, and a fella, he should eat right. 5 will get you 10. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish cakes and rye bread. You heard what I said. Waiter, I want mine fried. Give me the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay with Shafafa on the side. Well, a fella, he's really got to eat, and you know a fella, he should eat right. 5 will get you 10. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish cakes and rye bread. You heard what I said. Waiter, I want mine fried. Give me the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay with Shafafa on the side. I said I want that Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Fay with Shafafa on the side. That's the Frim Fram sauce with the Austin Faye and Shafafa on the side. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special and very new segment for y'all. We are so excited to have you all as our viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment and share on this video and share with all your friends. And we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know where you're from and who you are and whether you have a criminal past or not. You're safe here. Don't worry. It's a Jazz Texas. But anyway, moving right along, our new segment, would you please welcome to the stage as part of our brand new segment, jazz musicians of the animal kingdom, Mr. Nolan Watkins, Jack Watkins, and Spencer, the Russian tortoise, ladies and gentlemen. Here goes. Hey, fellas. Welcome to the show. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Good.
And which one of you is Jack and which one? I mean, I know which one is Jack and which one is Nolan, but they might not know. So if you could introduce yourself, that would be super.
I'm Jack. I am Nolan.
And you may be?
Spencer.
Spencer. And Spencer is a Russian tortoise. There's a difference between a tortoise and a turtle. And your mom and I found out about this when we got him. But I want you to tell all our audience, what's the difference between a tortoise and a turtle?
A turtle can swim while most tortoises can, and turtles are also still faster on land than tortoises are. So tortoises are slow in water and on land.
And the next question, and the bigger question, is which is the better jazz musician and jazz lover, the tortoise or the turtle?
The tortoise.
And why is that?
Because Spencer's a tortoise, and I think he's the only tortoise and turtle that can play, so I'd say that a tortoise is better.
What does he play?
The saxophone.
So it's Spencer, the Russian tortoise saxophonist jazz musician. And does Spencer have any gigs right now?
Well, I don't think that tortoises can get the coronavirus, so I think so. But he can also play the tuba, which is very, well, not normal for a tortoise.
Now, I heard you guys were listening to some jazz when you were going to bed last night. And was Spencer digging it? Was he nodding his head, or was he going off to sleep? Like, does he really dig it?
I would say he digs it, but I don't think his parents did.
Spencer's parents didn't?
No.
What do you think, Nolan?
I'd say maybe at the day he really digs it, but I think that the night he goes to sleep. And his tortoise parents, they didn't like it, so whenever he was younger, they didn't like him doing jazz, but every, maybe once or twice every week, he would sneak out, and he loved the tuba, so he would have to go to the gym to work out to be able to carry it, because he's a tortoise.
You got to be able to carry the tuba to the gig if you can't get the tuba.
Eventually, his parents noticed that he was sneaking out, so they just let him play the tuba, and then he became the best tortoise musician of all time.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Final question. Do you boys feel that you're gaining a lot of weight during the last few weeks at home?
No, and also, after he knew how to do the tuba, he wanted to try the saxophone, so he learned how to do it.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer, the Russian tortoise, the finest jazz saxophonist and tubist on the planet. Would you give it up? Put your hands together once again for Nolan Watkins and Jack Watkins and Spencer, the Russian tortoise, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, boys. Thanks for being on the show. Be good. Do what your mama tells you. Don't stay up too late. Don't eat too much candy, okay?
Um,
Okay, all right, terrific, guys.
bye.
On next episode installment, we'll be bringing on Carol Baskin and a couple mountain lions in Jazz Musicians of the Animal Kingdom. Thank you very much, everybody. By the way, we're going to be doing this every Tuesday and Friday here at Jazz Texas at 8 p.m., so make sure and tune in this coming Tuesday night. We've got lots of fun stuff ahead. And okay, moving right along with the music, I'm going to play a tune called Summertime by George Gershwin, and this one goes out to Michelle, and it also goes out to Sherry, and it also goes out to Tiffany. And y'all, thanks so much for requesting this song. George Gershwin, Summertime. Here goes. That's Summertime by George Gershwin by special request. Thank you very much. If you're just tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jazz Texas. My name is Doc, and I'll be playing requests for y'all until 9 o'clock tonight, so thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be doing this again next Tuesday, and we're going to be bringing in some special guests remotely over the Zoom thing starting next Tuesday, hopefully, so stick around. We have next week Jamie Parker on the trombone from the trombone section here in the Doc Watkins Orchestra. We also have Paul McCartney coming in, as well as Sting is going to make an appearance, and so please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and make sure, and he'll be taking your special requests too. So this next song is by special request. This one is called It Had to Be You, and I want to send this one out to Rachel and Jamin, who are celebrating their 21st wedding anniversary. So happy wedding anniversary, y'all. I'm doubtful that y'all are still watching by now. Hopefully you're on to better things in the evening, but if you are, I hope you enjoy this one, and I think you know what I'm talking about, but we would like to do this for you now. This is It Had to Be You, so happy wedding anniversary, guys. It had to be you. It had to be you. I've wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true and could make me be blue and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me. They might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do for nobody else. Gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I've wandered around and finally found there's somebody who could make me be true and would make me be blue and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen, they might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. That's It Had to Be You, and that one went out once again to Rachel and Jamin on their 21st wedding anniversary. It Had to Be You, which is kind of a funny title if you really think about it, because it's probably one of those titles that doesn't translate very well to all different languages and cultures. It could be meant many ways. It Had to Be You is an endearing title and very romantic, but it could also be meant as it had to be this guy. Like, really? Couldn't do better? That's what I always thought. So you can, ladies, you can use that tune. You kind of keep it in your back pocket if you're mad at the guy, or if you're kind of over the relationship, or if you're really into the relationship too. It works at all times. So you can use that phrase in many ways. And so just don't ever forget I told you that, okay? Okay, moving right along. This next tune goes out to Rafael and Eva, one of our, or two of our, I should say, best friends here at Jazz Texas. They love to sit over at the bar and have a good time and just enjoy their evening with us. And so, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This one goes out to you. It's entitled A Night in Tunisia. This is a tune that comes from the 1940s, written by the great trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie. So here goes. That one goes out to Raphael and Eva. That's it. Not It Had to Be You. That's A Night in Tunisia by Dizzy Gillespie. Thank you very much, everybody. This next selection is by special request for Jeremy and Amanda, who are celebrating 7 years being married tonight. And guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening and for tuning in. Happy anniversary. This goes out to you. This is an old tune that was sung by the great Dean Martin called Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime. Here goes. As everybody loves somebody sometime. Jeremy and Amanda, happy anniversary, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got time for just a couple more numbers this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jazz Texas, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight and for joining us. Make sure and tune in next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. This next number is entitled Just in Time, and this one goes out to Bill. Bill, thank you so much for the request. And this is an old Frank Sinatra number. It's always been one of my favorites, so I'd like to play and sing it for you now. So here goes. Thanks, Bill. just in time. You found me just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. All was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubts or fears, I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely day. Just in time, you found me just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. All was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubts or fears, I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely. Lonely life that lovely. Lonely life that lovely day. Thank you, Bill, for the request. That's just in time. Thank you very much, everybody. We have time for just one more tune tonight before it's time to say goodnight on this Friday night. We hope you all have had a wonderful time, and we hope you'll join us next Tuesday and next Friday for more live streams here at Jazz Texas. As we're allowed and as we're able, we're going to bring in more special guests for you to play some music and have some fun and some conversation. And so stay tuned for that. Help us build the show here at Jazz Texas. So thanks so much for tuning in. This next tune is a tune that came out right after we opened here at Jazz Texas. There was a movie called La La Land, and if you can imagine, it was a crazy story all about a guy in his 30s that wanted to open up a jazz club, and he was a piano player and everything, and it just so happened that we opened up around the same time, and we've been playing this tune ever since. We hope you enjoy it. It's called Mia and Sebastian's theme from La La Land, and this one goes out to Jerry and Joelle and to Anne, and we hope you all enjoy it. Here goes. That's the theme from La La Land by special request. That's it from me tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been such a pleasure to bring some music into your home and to have some good times and for us to all hang out together. And it's been so great to see you all. You look terrific, as I said earlier. And make sure and tune in on Tuesday night. We have special guests Paul McCartney and Samuel L. Jackson and Mia Farrow, as well as Jamie Parker from the Doc Watkins Orchestra. So we'll see you Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thank you all so much, and good night, everybody.